I'm now joined by dancer Wayne Sleep, who knew Diana personally and famously danced with her to Billy Joel's Uptown Girl, and Sophia Wyatt, who met her when she was in hospital after losing her legs to meningitis. And it was a horrendous time for you, Sophia. You both have such beautiful personal memories of Princess Diana, but she certainly, and it's not an understatement to say, Sophia, she sort of helped change your life. She was the one person that managed to give you hope.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really difficult time. I was only 16 and got hit with meningitis and septicemia. I woke up from a coma and was faced with legs that needed to be removed, needed to be amputated. And although took that into my stride, as it were, I didn't want to get into a wheelchair. You know, being faced with a disability it was really hard. And the wheelchair was the one thing I didn't know if I would ever walk again. So I really struggled with that, yeah.
But she was coming to the hospital and the nurses said this to you. You thought she was wonderful, you loved Princess Diana, and the nurses said to you, right, that's it. You've got to get up, you're going to do this. And she was that one person that managed to, in some way, shift something in your mind.
Yeah. I'd followed Princess Diana from a very young age. I remember being about 6 or 7 when she got married, and I was convinced I was going to be a flower girl, and I waited with a bag at the end of the stairs, waiting for her to pick me up. And my mum was saying, she's not coming, but come and watch the wedding. So, yeah, when I was in the hospital, she was coming to open the Douglas Bader Centre, and they offered me the opportunity to meet her, but obviously that meant getting in that wheelchair. It turned what was a really difficult time, and anyone who's had to spend time in a wheelchair will know that that first outing in public is so difficult. But I had this amazing experience where it wasn't about the wheelchair, I was about to meet this amazing, incredible woman. And yeah, she was beyond expectations, just absolutely. She just came in and was so kind and straight over to us. She knew everybody, their stories. She was interested in us.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your story.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear about your life and spoke to you, regardless of what else had been going on in your life in that moment. There was something magical about her, Wayne, wasn't there?
Yes. Well, when I first met her, she phoned me up because I'd sent my dance captain to teach her dance lessons because she wanted me to do it, but I was on tour with my own show. And so I sent my dance captain along, and my dance captain said, you're going to get a call tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Will you be around your telephone? I said, yes. I said, who from? She said, oh, Princess Diana wants to speak to you. He said, I can't tell you what it is. You'll find out. And she said, hello, Wayne Sleep, will you come and meet me? And I went to this studio when I first met her. Seen her in pictures everywhere, and I think she was a bit of a fan. She used to wait at the stage door sometimes. But I just walked in and saw this towering beauty above me. I'm so small anyway, and, you know, she was so grand. And she looked at me and blushed under her eyelids like this. Good morning, Wayne. I want to dance with you at Christmas. And I thought, oh, my God, we can't dance together. It'll be a laughing stock at all its form. And we got to talk, and I thought, no, I'm going to get somebody else to do it with her, and I'll choreograph it. And then I said, do you mind if I sit down? I've had a late night. She went, you naughty boy. And the way she said, and we both laughed, just like you're laughing with me now. And she sat down and said, what have you been up to, naughty boy? And then I realised we could do the dance because we could do a one-upmanship, tongue-in-cheek.
Yes.
So the minute I pirouetted, she pushed me down, she'd kick over my head, walk away, you know, but not like this, you know, walk away very elegantly. And your whole audience is different to The Crown, because I saw that, but in The Crown, they all go, wow, like this. It wasn't at all. They were in shock. As she walked on the stage and stood and looked at them, they didn't quite know. They thought it was a lookalike. And then as she walked again and looked at them, they realised it was her. And 2,000 people took an intake of breath and went, oh! In silence. And then it started to filter through. We did 8 curtain calls. I said, you have to bow to the royal box, you know. She said, I'm not bowing to him, he's my hubby. I said, well, I have to bow to him. I made her bow. And as we ran off, she said, you won't get your OBE like that, dear.
You had this clearly wonderful rapport,
Yes.
Wayne, and that
For over
continued
10 years.
For many years. She came to visit. You were in Munich. You got
Yes.
a random call to say, come round for tea. It was
Yeah,
that
well,
kind
breakfast,
of breakfast,
yes.
It was this wonderful friendship. So I have to ask you both how you felt when you heard the news. We heard people there, just that shock. And I had never met her, and I remember crying at home with my parents going, how can this have happened to this wonderful woman? It must have had a huge effect on you, Sophia.
I couldn't believe it. And one of the main things that I was so upset about was so much work that she did for charities. She was the patron of the meningitis charity, Meningitis Now. And when I met her, her main thing with me was, we have to do something about raising awareness of meningitis. That's the key to that charity, and they get very little funding. So the work that she did for them in raising the awareness, in using her name, and that was the power behind Diana. You know, she courted the press, but she did it for her charities, and I'm kind of all about letting her rest in peace. But I know full well, 25 years on, she would want those charities to continue in the work that they were doing. And that's what inspired me. I'm an ambassador for the Meningitis Now charity, and meeting her made me realise that I've got to use my experience every day, because it will save lives.
It was just a terrible time for everyone. And if you did have a relationship with her, I can only imagine how tough that was.
Well, mine was similar, actually, to yours. I founded the Wayne Sleep Foundation, which helps students with accommodation when they get vocational colleges like theatre or acting or anything. And it was in her memory. And it just came on me a year after she died, on the anniversary of death. I founded the foundation, like you said. And I just feel, I didn't have any money. I had to raise it. But I just felt this power in me that needed to do it.
She certainly had a magic way with her that affected many, many lives. Thank you so much, Sophia, for telling your story, and lovely to hear those stories as well, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.